Why is it said that the eye of the emperor captured by Weiser in 2026 was not originally a prehistoric celestial eye, nor did it have the so-called global sight communication system? The people who recently saw this trending topic were probably shocked. Jones's satellite captured a giant structure in the Sahara Desert that looks almost like the human eye, connecting ancient sites worldwide and even receiving cosmic signals. It is the communication hub of a prehistoric super civilization, but today I want to tell you for sure. Half of these claims are misunderstood science, and half are fabricated rumors. In 2026, the 2026 satellite test was even more surprising and rewarding than the rumors. Let's first sort it out with everyone. What exactly is the most widely talked about Emperor's Eye? The Emperor's Eye? Many people have seen a giant ring embedded in the Sahara Desert, layer upon layer. Looking through the vast sky, the pupil and erythrosis are clearly visible. So some say this was not naturally formed, but was a signal receiver deliberately built by prehistoric civilizations. It even connected the pyramids, megaliths, and Easter stone statues, forming a global transplantation network, what is known as the prehistoric communication system. Even more exaggerated, some say that the latest satellite image released by NASA in 2026 has already confirmed the existence of this communication system. It is said that the location of these ancient sites corresponds exactly to the constellation in the universe, and each site is a signal node. Together, it forms an interstellar network covering the entire globe. Hearing this, don't you feel especially shocked? I almost couldn't believe it. After all, if there really were prehistoric super civilization, our understanding of human history would be completely overturned. But I must first pour a bucket of cold water on everyone, which can be considered the first surprise. The Emperor's Eye does exist, but it has nothing to do with prehistoric civilization or communication systems. Its real name is the Richard structure, located in the Sahara Desert of Mauritania, Africa. In March 2026, NASA did release its high-definition satellite images, and in April it was selected as the daily intention for the Earth Observatory. But this was only to showcase the geological beauty of the Earth. There is absolutely no mention of communication systems. Some may ask, how could such a regular concentric ring possibly form naturally? Geologists have found that this structure formed during the Cretaceous period, approximately 1.45 to 66 million years ago. The first step begins. It is magma from beneath the crust surging upward, lifting the surface and forming a massive dome. Then, after millions of years of wind, sand, and water erosion, the dome slowly eroded itself, exposing rock layers from different geological ages, which form the copper core ring we see today. It is also the eye of the emperor. What many people don't know is that this emperor's eye was discovered as early as 1965. It was something astronauts from the US Gemini program happened to see while on a mission in space. In 2022, it was also listed by the International Union of Geological Sciences as one of the world's 100 geological heritage sites. Simply put, it is a natural work of art, having nothing to do with man-made sites. Some people might ask, since the Emperor's Eye is natural, did the 2026 satellite test really break any real breakthroughs? This is the second surprise I want to give everyone. It is also the part that gives the greatest sense of fulfillment. The 2026 satellite test did have major breakthroughs, but it was not some prehistoric communication system. Instead, a large number of ancient cultural relics have been discovered. These discoveries help us understand the human past more than those vague rumors. The most astonishing are the two major discoveries in Egypt and Vitamala. Let's start with Egypt. Everyone knows about Egypt and the pyramids, but what we see is only the tip of the iceberg. In 2026, the ancient group led by Sarah Park, using high-resolution satellite joystick technology, 17 hidden pyramids, 31,000 ancient settlement sites, and 1,000 ancient tombs were discovered in the desert of Egypt. Moreover, through satellite images, Archaeologists have found that these settlements are connected by roads, forming a vast network of ancient cities. This shows that the prosperity of ancient Egyptian civilization was even greater than we had previously imagined. Previously, we always thought the Maya civilization was just a scattered group of city-states.
But in 2026, archaeologists will use LiDAR technology combined with satellite imaging. It includes houses, palaces, temples, and elevated roads. Even more surprising, these buildings together formed a massive city with an area exceeding 1,000 square kilometers. This completely overturned our previous understanding of Maya civilization. It turned out that the Maya civilization was not a scattered tribe, but a highly developed civilization with a complete urban system. In addition to these two major discoveries, the 2026 satellite archaeology also uncovered extensive ancient agricultural remains in the Sahara Desert. We all know that the Sahara is now a desert. Later, due to climate change, desertification gradually occurred. These discoveries not only help us understand the development of ancient civilization, it has also provided valuable resources for our research into climate change. At this point, everyone should understand that the so-called global transplant networks and prehistoric communication systems are actually pseudo-archaeological hypotheses. Those who spread these claims only connected the location and wall types of ancient sites with the constellation, and signal systems. There is no scientific evidence at all. It should be noted that ancient civilization architecture, such as pyramids and giant stone towns, indeed had many instances aligned with astronomy. It is not a communication node, and ancient building materials, whether stone or clay, lack the characteristics required for modern communication functions, making it fundamentally impossible to receive or send cosmic signals. In fact, it's just that some people have overinterpreted NASA's satellite images, even fabricating them out of thin air to attract attention. Some might think this sounds less mysterious, but in fact, the real ancient civilization is far more captivating than those vague rumors. Just think about it. Thousands of years ago, ancient people had no modern technology, yet they were able to create miracles like pyramids, establish vast cities in rainforests, and formulate precise calendars through astronomical observation. This itself is an extraordinarily shocking event. The breakthrough of the 2026 Weixin allows us to see these literary brilliances more clearly and understand the history of humanity itself. Finally, I want to give everyone a small suggestion, which is also the core I want to pass on today. When we scroll through Douyin or check trending topics, we always need to distinguish between subject matter and rumors. Focus on information issued by authoritative organizations such as NASA, UN, and SCO. Don't be misled by those unfounded guesses. Understanding ancient civilization and understanding our Earth does not rely on fanciful imagination, but on real scientific research. But it brings us something even more precious: a new understanding of human civilization and a new understanding of Earth's history. Human civilization has always developed slowly and step by step, and this is our greatest sense of achievement today.